whenever you call. When worries weigh heavy and fears take flight, I'll be your strength, guiding through the night. And when the days are dark and heavy on your heart, I'll be the voice to guide you through the dim. Strong walls may crumble, but within you've got the spark. Just turn the key, let light dissolve the grim. Did you think you were alone in your feelings? Strike a match, let your inner strength be seen. Welcome to all things serious. In the depths of your despair, where demons roam, I'll be the hand to hold. You're never alone. When storms rage fierce and winds blow strong, I'll be the shelter in your soul where you belong. Welcome to all things serious.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. H. Davis, how you doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I really do. For those of you who missed it, we had trivia night last night, members only. So, tonight's live is about childhood trauma as an adult. How it affects you as an adult. Especially if it's not taken care of. Nana's Dragonfly, how you doing? Moto Mom, 23, how you doing? That's what I'm working on, Juggalo Goku. I'm working on it. I know what you're talking about. I'm working on it. I'm in communication. They're just real busy. The person I go through has been real tied up, but I know what you're talking about. What's up, Billy? How you doing? So, we're going to talk about childhood trauma. Can have a long-lasting impact on an adult's life, manifesting in many ways, including mental health, anxiety, depression, mood swings, and other mental health disorders. Physical health, headaches, digestive issues, and low back pain. Relationships, difficulty trusting others, relationship problems, and behavioral issues. Substance abuse, addiction, dependency, or substance misuse. Emotional dysregulation, extreme emotional responses, and inability to control emotions and lack of impulse control. Avoidance, avoiding things that remind you of the trauma. Flashbacks and intrusive memories. Flashbacks and distressing intrusive thoughts. Hypervigilance, feeling jumpy. Low self-esteem and self-worth. Difficulty concentrating and an inability to focus attention. Shutting down emotionally and a lack of interest in things you enjoyed before. So, what's up, Tommy? How you doing? So, I want to cover some things. You know, that was just an outline of childhood trauma as an adult. So, the University of Rochester Medical Center did a study. And we're going to go over that study. What's going on, Kevin K? How you doing? So, childhood trauma can lead to physical and mental struggles later in life. Some people assume we forget or outgrow trauma, but the truth is, if someone experiences trauma as a child, it can lead to physical and mental struggles that affect their entire life. And this is so true because it's affected my entire life. Okay. So, Thomas O'Connor, director of Wayne Center for Family Research at the University of Rochester Medical Center, and Christine Hodler, UR Medicine Clinic Director of HEAL Collaborative, share ways in which trauma affects the brain and body, how PTSD and trauma are related. So, what is the difference between trauma and PTSD? We'll start off. Trauma is an experience. PTSD is a condition. Trauma is a fear of safety. PTSD is often caused by trauma. With trauma, a person fears for their own safety or the safety of a loved one. It can be anything from a loss of a parent to experiencing or witnessing an assault to being in a car accident. Trauma can lead to PTSD, a condition that requires professional treatment. The key sign of PTSD is that the person has difficulty doing the day-to-day things they had done prior to the traumatic event. Symptoms of PTSD can include flashbacks, distressing, intrusive thoughts, avoiding things that remind you of trauma, feeling jumpy, difficulty concentrating, shutting down emotionally, lack of interest in things you've enjoyed before. Now, not everyone will experience a traumatic event the same. Even those exposed to the same traumatic event may respond differently. And a traumatic event does not necessarily lead to PTSD. It's normal to react deeply to a stressful event. If you're having a hard time, that doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It is important to normalize big feelings and big reactions. Several factors can determine if experiencing a trauma will become a bigger problem and require help. Miss Gloria, welcome in. How you doing? Arsane, how you doing? Opal, how you doing? So, how can childhood trauma impact adulthood? The impact of childhood trauma on life as an adult can depend on the environment in which the person was raised, how they cope with trauma, and supports that were available, and when in life the trauma occurred. To determine risks of developing mental illness, addiction, and other conditions, it is now common to ask about past traumatic events using measures like ACE, Adverse Childhood Experience. The higher a person's ACE score, the more likely it is that they will have a negative physical or mental health outcomes. The study suggests that this happens because early trauma affects stress responses. Your flight response, your neurodevelopment gets off track. It suggests that if you can intervene early when someone has a childhood traumatic event, it could have a huge lasting impact on their life. The earlier the intervention, the greater chance that treatment can help, especially for a trauma early in childhood. When a person develops behaviors to deal with an early childhood trauma, changing those habits later in life can be more difficult. They're not lying here. Can trauma impact physical health? Yes. In addition to affecting mental health and coping mechanisms, trauma has been proven to affect physical health as well. Research has shown that experience of trauma not only influences our thinking and behavioral pattern, but also our biology, says O'Connor. Trauma influences our stress response system and may be associated with compromised immunity and poor cardiovascular health. The University of Rochester Medical Center is involved in several national studies of early childhood trauma, including the NIH, Environmental Influences on Child Health Outcomes, ECHO, the Adolescent Brain and Cognitive Development, ABCD, studies. Research at the Del Monte Institute for Neuroscience at the University of Rochester Medical Center have identified ways in which the brain may be altered by traumatic event. The salience network, which is a part of the brain used to learn in survival, was shown to be altered in people exposed to trauma, including those with and without PTSD. What can help with healing? This is very important. Very important. Vermont Cheddar, how you doing? If someone you care about has experienced trauma, it can help to offer a listening ear and encourage that person to talk about rather than avoid the event. Sometimes trauma happens and people feel scared to talk about it because they don't want to make it worse. It's important to talk about. You might not be able to fix things, and that's okay. Therapy can help a person make sense of the experience and move forward. The type of therapy recommended will vary but you could include trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive processing therapy, written expressive therapy. Most therapists will focus on helping individuals separate themselves from the traumatic experience. A lot of the work we do is trying to help people, even though the story that they make of the trauma is solidified. We try to help with the narrative. We can't change the past, but we can change our relationship to it. Richie, how you doing? Jenny Jen, how you doing? April T, how you doing? So, childhood trauma, it comes in many shapes and forms. Okay. I like going over different articles, and talking about childhood trauma. You know, so I'm gonna pull up some stats. Okay. Let's get some stats going. Because we talked about how childhood trauma may affect us as an adult. Now, statistically, let's see. And the thing is, it's not just childhood trauma can come from physical, emotional, sexual, and neglect. It also can happen from being bullied, community violence, complex or compound trauma, disasters, IPV, intimate partner violence, medical trauma, physical abuse, refugee trauma, sexual violence, traumatic grief. There's so many things that can affect us. And the PTSD, a lot of us don't understand PTSD. You know, there's so many things that are compound around post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's tied into a lot of things. But I tell people, you know, some people, you know, have an issue with therapy, and I can understand. Michelle Johnson, how you doing? Keeping a journal helps, yes. Okay, but it's just it's very important, you know, that we um it's just very important that we talk about things that affect us instead of bottling it up and holding it in. Because sometimes we make decisions that we regret making, and there's no going back. The damage is already done. But if we have an outlet where we can talk about the things that we're going through, therapy is a really good place to start. And I don't mean settle for the first therapist you come across or a type of therapy. You got to shop. You know, some people I know don't agree with therapy, and I can understand. And I can understand because I've had a few therapists that I didn't like, and I was like, "You're fired," and went and found another one until I was happy. It happens. Got to accept it. Move forward. I was never given therapy as a child either. Um, yes, I agree, Kevin. There's a stigma behind it. You know, that's the reason why I go live every night. You know, except for Friday nights and sometimes Saturdays, and talking about mental health. You know, for the next couple of months, you know, I'm going to start doing lives, and a lot of the lives I'm going to be doing are going to be really triggering. So be prepared. If you want to be here, you know, and you're looking for a change, I'm going to bring that. Reality wins. How you doing? You know, we're going to talk about different types of subjects. We're going to break down PTSD and what it's connected to. I'm going to cover childhood trauma as adult again. I'm going to cover it again. Until I reach more people and say, "Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone in this fight. There are many of us in this fight." And yes, I am going to also cover complex PTSD also. You know, the difference between the two. Again, I've covered it once. I'm going to cover it again. Okay. You know, little backstory about me. Okay. I was SA'd as a child. You know, I also was, you know, physically abused as a child. You know, so years ago, it would have been hard to talk about it, difficult to talk about it, but here I am talking about it. And it was never taken care of until I was 30. I never seen a therapist for it to get help. Rody Gal, how you doing? So, seeking therapy, there's nothing wrong with it. Even even and I don't talk about religion, okay? I don't. But I'm going to hit this one point, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from, okay? Just understand. For people who have a belief system, okay? If you have faith and you're afraid to go to a therapist, go to a minister and talk to them, okay? Doesn't matter. Find somebody you can trust where you can actually talk to and just get it out of your system, okay? Talking about the issues you struggle with is very important. Pink Bubblegum 7, how you doing? Connie Corso, how you doing? So it's just important because if we bottle it up inside us and we hold it in, eventually we're going to snap. And what happens when you snap? You usually take it out on the person you love. That's what happens. When you don't get the treatment that you need, you usually take out your anger and everything on the person you love or the things you care about the most. And that's not healthy for a relationship in life. It's not healthy. That's the reason why I promote therapy. Okay. And yes, I will say it again. If you got to shop for 50 therapists until you find the right one that will help you open your eyes and your mind to new ideas and suggestions and thoughts, then do it. That's what you got to do. You got to go in there and let that therapist know this is what your struggle is and you need help. You don't need a pat on the head. You don't need to be coddled. You need help. You got to let that therapist know your stance. I am here for a reason. And if you're not going to walk me through my trauma and what I've gone through, then I can't, then there's no need for us to be working together. Is what I'm saying making sense? You know how we have those days when we don't want to do anything? You know how when we have those days, we get caught up in our thoughts, in our emotions, and we don't want to do anything? Put a one in chat if you have those moments. Now, my question is, Scammy, how you doing? My question is, okay, Richie, how you doing? Do you let it control you? Do you let it fester inside you. Because I'll be honest, I do sometimes. I let it grab a hold of me and I'll stay in bed. I won't do nothing. I'll be miserable. I'm being honest. I have those moments, and I have them more than you realize. And it's not healthy. You know what keeps me from, and I'll be straight up, okay? And I might sound selfish when I say this, okay? I look forward to 8:30 p.m. every night. I look forward to when my friends go live and I'm able to get up on panel. That takes me out of the rut. You know, even if it's just to say hi to my friends and people in the community, it gets me out of that mental rut that I'm in. Having the right people around me is what matters. Having the right people around you is what matters. Eliminating the negativity. You got to do that little bit at a time. A little bit at a time is eliminate the negativity out of your life. And I'm slowly doing that. Okay. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because sometimes a family relative that you love wholeheartedly can be the negative one, and you don't want to get rid of that person or distance yourself from that person because you love that person to death. But sometimes you have to. You have to distance yourself until they ask why. Then be honest. And if they don't like what you have to say, it is what it is. I have family members that I don't talk to because of my mental health. But this channel has helped me. So Scammy says, I used to be unable to eliminate the negative, but I became better at it once I put my boundaries in place. Yes, that's what you have to do. You have to set boundaries with people. Boundaries are very important, especially when it comes to your mental health. Okay. I wish I wish we had a setup because the thing is, right? You know, I a couple of weeks ago, um, I got a phone call from a dear friend of mine. He called me crying. Yes, it is, Scammy. It is. But that means I have boundaries for the people I love the most in my life. It's so difficult when you love the people. Yes, it is. It is very difficult. You know, I am going to be. I want to. I'm going to be covering. Um. So I want to share this story because I've lost too many friends to unaliving themselves. Um. Too many friends because of mental health, and I don't want to lose any more. You know, I really don't. That's the reason why I started this journey. Being there for people, opening my heart to people around me, because I know I have the strength. Even though I have my weak moments, okay, I have the strength to take on the pain of other people. I know I do because I love people and their flaws. Everybody's flawed. I love people. I just wish that there was more outlets out there for people who are struggling with something, and you know, it wasn't such a stigma behind it. And I think that the more we grow and the more we push out there and say, hey, let's conquer this stigma together, we could do that. You know, if I just want every single person that is listening right now, every single person that's listening to this live, okay, Reality Wind says, you are the most important person to yourself. You must love you. Take care of you and allow yourself to accept your faults and downfalls. But you can fix you. You matter. Never forget that. Yes, Reality Wins. So true. So true. If we can do this, all right, it's going to take strength in numbers. Just strength. Just one of you guys, you're out in public and you see somebody that looks like they're down in the dumps and you can feel that energy. Tell them you love them and continue on. Let them know that they're loved. Just tell them you love them. It seems it seems it seems easy, but it's actually harder. What's up, Eve? How you doing? How you doing? It seems easy. It does. And trust me, it's not easy to walk up to a complete stranger and say, hey, you're not alone in this fight. I love you, man. Or I love you, woman. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It takes a lot of courage to look at a complete stranger and say, hey, you're not alone. I love you. And walk on. You know, even though I don't know every single person in the chat, okay, personally, I don't know every single one of you. Give me just a second, Rody Gal. There's their link for merchandise, Rody Gal. Okay, so so I I started this journey myself for selfish reasons. Okay, be honest with you. I started this journey for selfish reasons. And then as I continued, I realized that it wasn't really selfish. You know, I wanted to talk about what I struggle with on a daily basis just to get my story out there. Not thinking in reality if it would help other people. I just wanted to get it out of my system. And then as I continued going, I noticed that my story had helped people and still help people. And when I'm out in public and I talk to people about mental health, and I do it quite frequently, believe it or not, complete strangers, people I know, I talk about it. Um, it became a passion of mine. You know, and there's days where I don't feel like covering a topic because I'm mentally in the dumps. So I'll just go live and I'll do what you call chill vibes or chill live sessions or let's talk sessions because I'm mentally, literally in the dumps because I'm having a rough time. I'm stressed out. I'm in a bad place mentally. And instead of just avoiding the world, I go live and I talk to you guys because it's important. It's important to stay in communication with people, not to turn off and cut yourself off from the world. Because once you do that, you'll get more comfortable in it and you'll fall deeper and deeper into a depression. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Avoiding, and it's hard to avoid intrusive thoughts. It really is. That's part of mental health, but it's a battle. It's a battle. And I'm bouncing all over the place. I apologize. For those of you who don't understand trauma, and I know most of you do, it is real. It is damn real. So I want to open up the panel. I'm going to open up the panel. I'm going to have discourse. I want to have conversation. That's wild reality. That's wild. You're good, H. Davis. You can turn the camera off.
Hey,
What's going on, Davis?
not much. How are you?
Nan was like, I can't come up. I took my teeth out. She took her teeth out. She's on a gumming session right now. She took her teeth out. Didn't mean to make it like that. I'm sorry. I just had to bring some humor into it.
Yeah.
I know you are, Vermont Cheddar, and you're a good friend. You're a good friend, Vermont.
Mm,
So,
no,
how are you doing, H. Davis? How are you doing, brother?
H is. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm good.
What's up, Nana?
Hey, Eddie.
Hey, Nana.
Hey, Davis.
So, it's good seeing you on.
That's a powerful take.
Black Skies, I thought everything was going good. What's going on, young lady? How you doing? It's Reality Wins.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
reality.
reality.
All right, I'm going to turn up your mic some more. Talking to the Nana.
Hold on, y'all. I'm turning the TV down a little bit.
You there, Nana?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, I'm going to turn. Yeah, let me turn your mic up some more. Okay, that should be good.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah. So, Cynthia Sunflowers. Tonight's live was about childhood trauma and its affecting as an adult and its effects as an adult. So, if you didn't catch the first half of the live, I talked about the side effects of childhood trauma as an adult. So, yeah, that's what we're discussing right now on the panel is talking about trauma and mental health. So, but if you want to come up on panel, Cynthia, you're more than welcome to click the link and come up on panel. And we can all get to know you. And thank you for joining. We talk about mental health here on helping people get through struggles in life. You know, if you're going through something, you're welcome here to talk about it. It could be something small that bothers you. It could be something big that bothers you. You know, trauma comes in all areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't expect something to happen, it can happen.
You're right.
And if we don't deal with it right then and there, it can affect us later on. If we don't take care of it right then and there, it'll affect us growing up. You know, and there's some of us in here who have experienced childhood trauma and didn't have the outlet to take care of it as a child. And it affected us growing up until we finally took care of it and
Mm-hmm.
sought out the help and therapy and medical professionals to fix what was broken. And you can't fix everything that's broken. You can mend it. You can mend it because you're going to still have the effects of the trauma, PTSD, anxiety, stress, depression.
Mm-hmm.
That's all going to affect you to this day. It's on how we cope and handle the situation.
You're right.
Wow. My daughter is currently going through it right now. Hard to see her go through it. Her father's girlfriend in another country is pregnant. He will be leaving the country soon. This was a total shock. Wow. That's a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks.
Is the guy older, Cynthia, may I ask?
Mm.
Huh?
Is the guy older, Cynthia, may I ask?
He is 45.
Wow.
Oh,
The father is 45.
oh,
So her dad that's leaving the country, he's 45.
Mm.
that's so sad.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Especially
Oh,
at 19 when your daughter's only 19 and you're just gonna
oh.
she's even at 19, like he's moving out of the country.
Be with somebody else?
Wow.
Oh, it is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Daughters need their dads
Yep.
in so many ways. Yes, they do. Oh, man. Not coming back either. That is awful. See, that's going to be trauma for her right there.
Yep. That sucks.
Of course, I'll pray.
Yes, we will. And thank you for subscribing to this channel, this whole community. Can everybody in chat put prayer hands in? Do that favor for me, please.
Even
Send
on my,
prayers to Cynthia and her
even
daughter.
on my channel,
For
I can do it.
both. For both.
Because it's going to be a struggle, you know. Thank you, guys.
Look at all those prayer hands. How sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's going to be hard on both of them.
And if you ever need to reach out, can one of my mods put my email address in chat? If you ever need to reach out, one of my mods will drop my email address in chat. If you just need somebody to just to vent to, just somebody to reach out to and just, you know, scream at the top of your lungs or whatever, I'm there for you.
Thank you, Nan. Yeah, I suggest that also, April, if it's available to her, uh, she could seek something out.
Therapy is important.
It would be very beneficial.
She is in therapy.
Good.
which is a plus.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I you know what I noticed, and I was listening to this conversation, right? And I was, you know, to a child's upbringing, believe it or not,
Mhm.
daddy is the most important person. Now, explain why. Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of a child say, a girl or a boy say, "I have mommy issues"?
I have.
But people do point it out.
But 9 times out of 10, you'll hear somebody say, "I have daddy issues."
You're right.
I have daddy issues because I didn't have my dad growing up.
Me neither.
So dads
Yeah.
are the nature.
Yes.
I never had a mom.
Mm.
My mom died when I was 8.
Mm.
So I never had a mom issue. I had a stepmother issue.
Wow.
Was
Mm-hmm.
your stepmom good to you?
No,
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nan.
Mm.
it's okay.
Nana, I apologize.
But my dad was busy working, raising 11 children
Wow.
because it was a mixed family. And
I'm sorry to hear that, Cynthia. She's like, I don't have a mom or a dad. I lost them both at age 7.
Oh.
oh, I'm sorry.
That
Awesome.
is tough.
Yeah.
Once
Yes,
I think.
do let your daughter know that it's not her fault that he's doing what he's doing. It's all him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's tough when you do have two parents in your house. My mother, my biological mother, and my step parent, but she married my mom, so I would have a dad, so to speak. But neither one of them were there for me. So in essence, I didn't feel like I had parents. They never listened.
You
I
know, as a
struggled.
child, yes, I didn't have a father. And as a child with a little brother, I felt like that, and I'm being honest, and my brother knows how I feel. We've grown, we've bonded, but there was a long time in life.
Oh, Opal. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, Opal.
My heart just sank. Oh,
sorry, I was fixing my dinner.
oh,
I missed it. What happened?
I have tears in my eyes. I'm so sorry.
Opal said, I will be 61 and this month, and I am still in therapy. My mom's boyfriend unalived my father in the 70s on Christmas Eve, so I grew up without my father and I still have problems.
Wow.
Mm.
Man,
Mm. Mm.
trauma,
Mm. Yeah.
childhood trauma,
Yeah.
So true.
childhood trauma.
Yeah.
and how it affects us as adults is real.
Mhm.
It is so real.
Mhm.
You know, they think some people out there think just get over it and move on.
Right.
You can't. It's not
Well,
that easy.
this is a great subject, Eddie, to be honest. Because you think about these YouTube streets, and people don't understand what people have been through in their lives. And they keep coming at them, all these hateful people. It's
You're right.
You
gross.
know, I told my best friend of 20 years, I
Mm.
confided in him. I told him I was molested as a child. I
Mhm.
told him that. You know what he said to me? Get over it.
You
Do you
can't
think he's
say
still my best
that.
friend to this day? Do you think he's
No,
still my best friend? No.
hope not. You don't ever tell anybody to get over it.
Yeah.
Talk about you know, a lot of people, yes, you got to try to move through it.
Oh
I
man.
use I'm a recovered alcoholic, okay? And so
Mhm.
um I used alcohol to cope.
Mhm. Yeah, I
You
remember you
know,
telling me.
I quit drinking 13 years ago. Now, have I
Mhm.
had a few speed bumps in life? Yes.
We all do.
We all do. I had a speed bump Christmas Eve. I meant New Year's Eve. I hit a speed bump. I'm admitted. I'm not going to deny it
Right.
because who am I if I'm going to lie to people?
Nobody.
You know, who is it going to affect more, me or the person I'm telling it to? Me.
You?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but the thing is I didn't do anything stupid. I had, I'll be honest, I had a couple of drinks and that was it.
Right.
It did nothing for me, so I didn't continue on.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying life isn't perfect, but
Yeah.
we can't tell somebody that's going through something serious to them it's serious and tell them to move on and get
You're
over it.
right.
You got to be there for them and work with them through it. If you
Yeah.
consider yourself a friend and a family member, when somebody is going through something, you got to be there for them and show
Yes.
support.
You're right.
I confided I confided in my best friend of 20 years, somebody that I thought I could talk to about anything. Okay. And I told him what I went through as a child and how I'm dealing with it. And he tells me to get over it. And it hurts me still to this day because of the fact that I met him when I was incarcerated at
Mhm.
17 years old. I was looking at 15 years in prison for a crime I didn't commit. Oh, H. Davis fell off. And he was a paralegal. And he went over my discovery and pointed out flaws in my discovery. And that's what got my charges dismissed. And the thing is that I thought I could confide into him about anything. We're no longer friends. And I understand it. And I get it. Does it hurt sometimes? Yes. because there's history there. He taught me how to paint houses. I learned a trade. I'm a better painter than he is. I can confidently say that. You know,
He was someone that helped you through a hard time, but
he was.
listening to what you're saying, he was not a true friend.
No. So, but
Not because I wouldn't say that to you.
Well, he did good at what he did in his job, but he didn't do good in what he does.
as a friend,
Right. I was trying to think of a word to
As a
put that in.
support.
yes,
To
a
support
support,
you.
yes. When you confide into somebody and they do say something like that to you, it just tells me they don't care. I'm like, bro, I have, like, in my mind, I didn't say it to him. I didn't say it to him, but in my mind, I was like, bro, I have been there for you through some of the hardest times of your life. And I've never said, get over it. But I come to you. And this is what I'm thinking, because when he said that, I'm like, there's nothing in response I can say back. It's just, I'm just going to leave it be, wash my hands of the situation and move forward. So, Cynthia, I want to thank you for being here and sharing with us today. I hope you're still here, and I hope you keep coming back. You're welcome here. You're
Yeah.
just as normal as the rest of us.
That's right.
Yep.
We're all normal.
You're just as normal as the rest of us.
We're here for you, Vermont.
Yes, you are.
Need to talk, Eddie's available. You can talk to him.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro. You got this. Just letting you know, Vermont.
You too, Vermont.
There's one thing that I agree with you on, Eddie. More people need to seek out help from a mental health therapist. Not everybody can be strong and do it on their own.
No.
I mean, fortunately, I was one of them. But am I 100%? No. And like I told Vermont, it's never too late.
Mm-mm. No, it's not.
No matter how old you are, it's never too late.
Nope.
And yes, it does take a while to find that right person that connects with you. And
Kevin.
I think we need more mental health providers. But that's another subject.
Yeah, they are shorthanded.
Well, we need mental health providers that have passion for helping those that need it. Not just mental health providers that want a paycheck. Because There are some who get in the field for the money, and there are some who get in the field to help people.
Exactly.
I interviewed my therapist before I chose her.
It's nature versus nurture. Nurture is by nurture. it's nature versus nurture. What's up, Ginger? How you doing? So, Reality Wins has got a couple of topics that she wants to go over. We're going to discuss them tomorrow night. There are going to be some live streams where she does majority of the talking and I do the listening and giving my opinion or thoughts. So
And then we'll open the panel because it's important that
huh?
everybody has a voice. And open the panel because it's important for people to have a voice.
Yes, I always open the panel. I always open the panel after discussion. We talk about the subject and then we open the panel. And if people want to come up on panel and talk about the subject, we give them a voice. That's what I normally do every live. I will talk about the subject at hand, and then I will open the panel for anybody that wants to come up and talk.
I'm looking forward to this.
So
It's going to be hard on you, Reality. But we all are looking forward to you sharing your views and the things that you need to express to everybody out here in the community.
It's important.
well, because the thing is, right, with Reality, right, she's got a heart and compassion. You can hear it every time she talks.
Thank you.
You can turn the camera off, H. Davis.
Yeah, I'm back. Had to make a few phone calls.
Black Skies, I got a question for you, young lady. Okay? Because you're still young. You still have a whole life to live. You got to let me know one of these days where I can talk to you. Or you could just let me listen to you vent and get it out of your system all at once and free the weight on your shoulders. Because I truly think that will help. I really do one day. This community cares about you, Black Skies.
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not alone. I can tell you that right now. You are not alone.
Right. Yeah.
You've got many that care for you and want to help you along and to allow you to get out what is really festering inside you. I remember you stating that you're going to be a grandma in April. That is a very special moment to have to experience.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you.
I'm very proud
Mullins
of Black
Girls.
Skies for reaching out to you, Eddie. I am very proud of her.
You know who
I've
Mullins Girl 5 is?
seen him in chat.
Okay, she said, what time will reality be on tomorrow night? 8:30 p.m. Eastern
Mhm.
Standard Time. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She is actually my co-host, believe it or not.
Congrats, reality.
Mm-hmm.
She's the best co-host that you could get.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I have
you're
a lot
welcome,
to
Mullins Girl.
offer.
Black Skies, you know I love you.
I
We
want
all
to
love you.
pull. I want to pull her out of the pit that she's in.
Mm. You know, it's funny because I remember.
Life is a gift.
You're right.
It really is.
Yeah.
We've all been through hell and back, I'm sure of. Some of us more than we would like to express or talk about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But everybody is loved,
Mm-hmm.
especially in here, and we have no judgment.
Right.
We're here to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she
We're here
said,
to be.
Mullins Girl says, I didn't know that. I listen to her and Nana on Brits every night.
Oh, how nice.
You know, it's be times on here I don't want to come on YouTube, and I'll be like, certain people on here, let me come on.
You know you're always welcome there, H. Davis.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you for the invitation. But next week, 3 days, I'll be running in snow.
Okay? You better bring home some gold.
I'm gonna try to go for gold. If I don't go for gold, I'm gonna go for a medal.
You do
Okay?
the best that you can.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll be my 66 medal. Wow.
We're rooting you on. We're
Yeah,
rooting you on.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Cause I ain't gonna be able to talk to nobody Sunday, and I leave.
No, that's not always the case, though, Black Skies, because I'm not going to sit here and just tell you what you think you need to hear or what you want to hear. I'm
Nope.
going to give you the experiences of my life. Other people are going to give experiences of their lives.
Right.
But we can all say that we've all been through some form of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, nobody's perfect.
Thank you, Richie. Richie said that's what this channel is all about. I left for a while, but I'm back and I need to be here when I can.
Oh, that's
I agree.
nice. It's important. I believe this needs to be talked about more often.
Yeah.
Some topics are going to be triggering, like I said. What's up, P.
Mhm.
Barnes? How you doing? My favorite Scottish therapist.
Mm.
There he is. Haven't seen him in a few days.
Who, P. Barnes?
Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I like P. Barnes. He's really good people.
He said it back to you. How you doing?
Mhm.
Um,
If he gets talking really fast, you can't. Yes, Ginger, every experience we endure in life molds us and strengthens us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Pete Barnes.
I'm trying to think how to put that into words.
Hmm.
It does mold us and strengthen us, but some people don't have the strength.
To fight through.
You're
Right.
right.
So that's what Eddie is here for,
Yeah.
to teach you how to get to that strength.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear other people's testimonies and what they go through, it will help strengthen you.
That's the true fact.
P Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
Just
Eddie.
because you don't have the strength doesn't mean you're weak.
No,
It
it
just
doesn't.
it just means you have to reach down deep inside
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and find that passion
Mm-hmm.
that helps you to get through what you're getting through.
Yeah.
Amen.
Mm-mm. See, a lot of people don't believe I spoke to 2,000 people because I had a passion for it.
Black size is not unimportant. She's important just like any one of us in here still.
Yeah.
I have never met Black Skies in my life in person, but I love her. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know deep down inside that she has that strength to pull out of whatever she's going through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Gotta
said
believe.
I
And
want to pull
please,
her out of that pit.
yeah, and just know that whatever you have to do, it may not be us, it may be someone else as far as a therapist or something.
Mm-hmm.
It can help you get through what you're going through.
Yeah.
Everyone can survive. It's just you have to
Oh,
put the strength and the will behind it.
that's right.
You gotta believe.
I know I'm getting too deep. I'm sorry. I'll shut
You,
up.
you good. You good.
Yeah, that's Barnes. It's you know about fractured minds, right? P. Barnes. You can't compartmentalize your trauma.
You just have to take it day by day.
Hmm you get into a what they call it survivalist mode, and you do what you can to get through that day. Although that trauma's still there, you still try to figure ways to get through. And see, and he's also been through some severe trauma. Um, and he's a therapist now.
Yep. I didn't realize I was muted. I'm over here talking away, and I look down, and I'm muted.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Brittany.
Yeah.
I muted myself so I could eat a snack, and then I started talking because, like, I was reading comments, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can understand this," and I'm like, "So I'm going to go back to this right here to what P. Barnes said."
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He said, "In most cases, our brain suppresses childhood trauma because it's how our brain behaves. Brain is very powerful." So it takes me back to Pandora's box. Our brain will try to take the traumatic stuff and lock it away and hide it. Instead of dealing with it, we'll try to hide it, suppress those thoughts. What ends up happening is later on in life, it affects us. It comes
Right.
back. It says,
It's
"How
called
you doing? Do
Eddie.
you
It's
think
called a
I forgot
fractured
about you?"
Eddie. It's called a fractured mind. That's what they
Yes.
say in therapy.
Yes. But I looked at it as, because when I was in college, I took criminology, and one of the classes we were talking about one of the projects my friend did was a project on victims of child molestation. And that was me. I was that victim at the time because I never took care of it. I never faced it. I never welcomed it with open arms and talked about it. None of that. I just suppressed it. And at the end of her project, it was wide open. I had a mental breakdown.
Mm.
I'm like, that's me. That's me.
Mm.
The side effects that it does to the brain.
Read Nan's
It's me.
comment. That is so true. So true.
Oh, sometimes a person grows up feeling like everyone who looks at them can see what happened to them and everyone punishes them for it.
Like you have a label on your forehead.
Yep. 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 So true. So true.
We don't even use half of our brain that we have.
You're
If we
correct.
could just get up every morning and write something, I mean, I really believe in this, and I do it. You write on your mirror what you want to overcome that week. Not that day, that week. Give it a week and
I know
work
who
on
you're
it.
talking about, Ginger.
Mm.
I know exactly who you're talking about, Ginger. And you know I know who you're talking about.
Mm.
Yep.
Sorry that happened to her.
Yep. Yep. Ginger knows I know who that person is.
Oh.
That's true, April.
Yeah. Hey, my YouTube mom in the chat. I just realized that.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah."
I guess what I was trying to say is no one else can change you. Only
Nope.
you can change yourself.
Yep.
You can get help and someone to guide you along to try to find yourself,
Yep.
but only you can help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They can give you tools. They can give you guidance. They can give you a little bit of direction, but it's up to you to make the change.
Yeah.
Eve said, I kept it inside for years. I kept being told that there was nothing wrong with me. And then she said, 2, I should just get on with it. Well, you're here, Black Skies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why you're here.
I told her
Because
she's
being
not
alone
alone.
is not a good place to be.
Not alone.
Mm-hmm.
P.
Yeah,
Barnes
you
said,
never.
the question is, how does one change oneself?
It's
The
true.
solution is to understand how we speak to ourselves.
Yeah, because remember, we're our worst enemy, remember?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Our mind is always playing little tricks on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
My room has nothing but positive quotes and words and you name it. I have it. That's all it's in my room.
Mm.
I cannot have anything negative because that's all I lived in my childhood was negative from my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be that way. And after I finally got out of that hellacious marriage,
Mm.
I've learned to love myself. I have to be my own rock.
Right.
I have to be my own cheerleader, so to speak.
I mean, think about it. Who do you live with every day? Yourself.
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 Good
Yep.
job, now. Yes. Great
Mhm.
point.
Who can
P.
Because
Barnes
change
you,
you?
says.
The only
P.
you,
person
Barnes
that can
says.
change you is yourself.
Let me put it this way: our brain is our best friend. All we need
Mm.
to understand the power of words. I
Mm-hmm.
speak five different languages, so I understand the power of words.
that's awesome. Yeah, just what do you have at your disposal every day? A computer, a laptop, your phone.
Yeah.
Research, learn,
Yeah.
find positive outlets. Exactly.
Surround yourself with positive things that you love, like
What do
Eve
I
said.
always What do I always say when I end a live? When I get off the live, be the change you want to see.
Be the change you want to see.
Whether it's with you or with somebody else, be that
Mhm.
change you want to see.
That's a good quote. I like that quote.
Write it down so you can see it every day. It doesn't matter. You can open the door for somebody. You can smile at somebody. You can tell them have a better day.
Uh-oh.
Um, like like Eddie said, tell them you love them.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Change somebody's mindset. Make them think.
Yeah.
I know I told you this before reality, but I have a customer at work that he had terminal cancer. And he would come in my line every day and I would hug him and I'd tell him that I'm praying for him. I'd ask him how he was doing. And um, he loved coming in to my line and checking out his groceries. And one day there was a girl that said, I, I don't have anybody in my line coming over here. And he said, do you give hugs? And she said, well, I can. And
Um,
he said, well, I'll stay here for Lisa's hugs. I
I
haven't
remember.
seen him in 4 weeks.
Oh no.
I know, and it's breaking my heart.
Oh no, Nana.
I know. But I
But I was a
know,
bouncer at a nightclub.
well, I just know that when he went to heaven, if that's where he went, I mean, I know he went to heaven because he was a good guy, but I'm saying if that's what happened to him, that I gave him, like Eddie
Oh,
said, I gave him that hug, I gave him that positive,
Mm.
and it was it made him feel good.
Yeah.
I don't,
wow.
I don't feel bad. I just feel sad.
Yeah.
I can imagine. And black
Ginger
size, we can
says,
learn from you.
Ginger says, when I was going through the darkest things growing up, I focused my energy on making others smile and helping others, and that gave me hope.
Almost.
That's
That's
Hmm.
the best. That's the best advice you can give anyone. Hope.
cool.
He had a friend. I was
Mm.
his friend.
Yeah, we had a gentleman at where I worked at too who had cancer, and he didn't tell anybody for a long time, and then he finally opened up and told us. And we were wondering why he was like losing a lot of weight. So us girls got together and started making dinners for him. So like one week I would take it, and then the next week another one would take it, and then the following week it was another. So that way we knew that he was eating because he wasn't eating. Um, then I had my accident and I had to stop work. And when I went back to go see everybody, he had since passed. I was so upset. But we made a change, we made sure that he was eating at least.
Yeah.
What you did made him happy in what he was going through. So,
There were days even that he was so exhausted from his chemo and radiation
Hmm.
because he still was fighting through it to work because he had to. He needed the money. Um, we told him to go in the changing room because we had like a couch and stuff in there. We told him to go take a nap. We'd watch over. That's how we worked at our job.
P. Barnes. He's like, because he's been drinking.
Oh,
And he's like, I'm pissed. But I'm shocked that my brain cells are still working, LOL. That means he's intoxicated. Uh,
I don't miss them days. I used to drink liquor. I stopped for a reason.
well, the thing is I think, well, P. Barnes is enjoying himself.
Yeah, I get.
For once in his life, he's enjoying himself.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, he don't normally drink.
Hmm.
He's not a drinker, if I'm
Hmm.
correct, P. Barnes. Quote me if I'm wrong. Outside the box with Chloe Joe.
oh, hi, Chloe Joe. Good to see you.
Love
How you
Chloe. Oh,
doing?
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, P. Barnes.
See, I was right. I'm not a drinker, Eddie. See, I was right. See, I know my subscribers. And be safe, Black Skies.
Yeah.
One day we'll get on the phone and talk with each other. One day. One day. So outside the box with Chloe Joe, would you like to grace our panel? You're more than welcome. Just click the link and come on up.
Mama Sherry, you should come up. My YouTube mom should come up. That lady give me so much encouragement.
Praying for you, Black Skies.
Hmm.
Find the strength. Just know that you're loved. You care.
P. Barnes says, I know my limit, hence, I have never been banned from pubs I go to.
Mm.
Okay. So I have a question, Chloe Joe, since you're here. Are there any topics on mental health you wish this channel to cover? Any topics that have crossed your mind that might help you or somebody near you? A suggestion that you would like us to cover? And I'm more than welcome to cover.
I know one that we're going to cover that needs to be talked about more so today than any other days, and that's on bullying
Wow.
Yep.
and what it does to people,
Yep.
what it can do to people.
That's a good topic.
So earlier on in the live, I was gonna bring up. I had a friend of mine call me a couple of weeks back. Not gonna drop his name.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to come up on panel and share his story, he's more than welcome to. Okay, you might want to watch the beginning, the replay of the live. So Chloe Joe says, I'm currently doing EMDR therapy, discussing childhood trauma.
Yep, I've done that also. And yes, it's
So
very
glad
good
to be
therapy.
here.
Yeah, it's very good therapy.
Amen. Awesome. In the words of Miss Ann, awesome.
I'm currently that EDMR therapy is really good.
It is. And yes, I'll say you're correct. I think many channel creators should be talking about it and its effects on people
Yeah.
and their families.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is, Nan. That's the rapid eye movement. EDMR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Is a mental health treatment that helps people heal from trauma and other distressing experiences. It's been going on since the late 80s. It started in 1989, I believe.
Thank you, Nan, because I was going to ask
Well,
what does that mean? Thank you. She read my mind.
for some people it helps, for some people it doesn't. It depends on the person. So it depends on the person. Some people it does, some people it doesn't. It started out in it's more of a U.S. therapeutic thing. Yes, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs recommends EMDR for military veterans with PTSD. It's more of an American thing.
Yes. There's another suggestion. If you can either afford it or if your insurance covers it, massage therapy is also very beneficial when you're going through therapy.
And when you go to therapy, you got to be open to it. If you're not open to therapy, therapy will not help.
It's true.
You got to want it. You got to want change in your life.
You know, it's funny, Eddie, because you took me to a song. Michael Jackson said you can make this change.
There you go. It's a good song too.
I'm from his hometown. A lot of people.
I guess I have a question to that. Massage therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do any kind of massage
Why?
because I was molested as a child.
Oh, I understand.
So I guess it could be for some people, but yeah, I can't even get a massage. Mm-mm. No.
That's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
I don't know. Maybe it could help me get out of it. I don't know. But
Well,
I'm saying.
It
Massage
would be very
therapy,
painful, you know,
it's a
to
form
get
of
there.
detoxification for your body because your body, in essence, when it's stressed and traumatized, it holds all that within your nerves and your muscle tissue. So if you go to massage therapy while you're going to therapy, they work hand in hand. Oh, man in the mirror's a good one too, I think.
I want to thank everybody for being here. I really do. Thank you, Chat, P. Barnes, Ginger, Nan, Ausane, Chloe Joe, April T, Richie, Kevin K, all you guys, Rody Gal, every single one of you in chat have been very inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Reality wins. Thank you for being up here.
Thank you for having me.
Nana's Dragonfly, thank you.
You're very welcome.
H. Davis, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
On Kevin's,
You know, P. Barnes, you're always welcome here.
I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
On Kevin's question about medication, me
So,
personally,
Kevin,
I don't.
I will tell you this, Kevin. Okay. I do not promote medication. I don't talk about, you know, I don't say you should take it or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's between you and your doctor. Okay. That's between you and your doctor. I don't say you should or you shouldn't. If, you know, it's required, then it's required. If not, all I push for is therapy. See a therapist and a psychiatrist and a psychologist. See them all. Get to the root of the problem and fix it. That's all I promote. Healthy minds.
Yep.
So, but let me know. Yes, I got your message, P. Barnes. I got your message.
Good advice, Nan.
I got your message. I have it.
Get Locker said, hobbies help take my mind off too. Yes,
Yes,
I oil
hobbies do
paint.
help. Yes.
I oil paint, and when I oil paint, I'm in my own little world.
Yes, Chloe Joe. Medication is a band-aid if you're not doing the work, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So
1,000%.
but we will see you guys tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. I will be covering childhood trauma again, Chloe Joe. So keep the bell notification on. Can we give gifts, Eddie? What do you mean by that?
Do you have a gift list?
You have gifting on in your chat?
I should.
You also
I
open.
should.
I'll be safe in these YouTube streets, please.
Let's see.
So I will be covering childhood trauma again because it's very important to cover it.
It is. Yeah.
You know, I can only do that once a month. Hold on. Let me see if this month is new. Give me just a second.
Mm-hmm.
My.
Give me just a second. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to live stream. Give me just a second.
Hey, Vibrant, I see you in the chat.
Is Viper in here?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I've gifted all my 10 memberships this month already. What's up, Viper? How you doing, Miss Gloria? Thank you for being here, Miss Gloria. What did Viper have to say? I wasn't noticed again.
What do you mean?
Well, I shared in Discord.
Oh, he didn't get a notice.
Yes. Damn it, man. So what I'm going to do, Viper, I'm just going to message you directly, okay? When I go live.
Michelle's
tag.
in.
So
DC's in. Hi, guys.
you're always here. You're always
Yeah.
welcome.
We are going to be talking about what tomorrow night, Eddie?
It's up to you.
We're going to talk about bullying.
Hello,
Okay.
Auntie Ann. Just wanted to say hi to you. That's my auntie, y'all. Miss Ann Horn.
So
My...
I think so everybody's here and can hear it. I'm going to cover childhood trauma again.
Okay.
I think I'm going to cover it. What's today? Today is Sunday, right?
Sunday.
I'm going to cover it again on Wednesday. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. I'm going to cover childhood trauma again.
Just so you know, I'll be late Wednesday. I have basketball practice.
That's fine. That's fine. I will cover childhood trauma again. And Miss Ann.
Miss Ann, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well.
That lady inspires me.
And DC, how you doing?
I like how you say that.
I know.
So, Miss
Everybody
Ann,
looks
how you doing?
to hear that. How you
So,
doing?
but I just want to thank everybody for being here.
Yes. Thank you for
So,
having me.
if
We
you want
love
to
you, Eddie,
catch
and we
the
thank you for letting us
replay,
be here with you.
yeah, you guys are always welcome. And with
Yeah,
my
I'm
beautiful
gonna
new
drop down
co-host.
and I'm gonna drop down and let you close
Man,
out
hold
your
on a
lives.
All right, Nana's
And I just
Dragonfly.
want to let you know I love you and I love every one of you in chat.
Amen.
We can make a difference
second.
in our lives, guys. It's just
Nana,
up to you. Yes.
Nana, did you see my avatar?
Yeah. It's me. It's all of us.
Doesn't it look like us?
Play the clip on it.
Doesn't it look like us?
It does. I feel like the Golden Girls when I look at it.
I know, huh?
I like that show.
We're the dream team, remember? That's what they call us.
Mhm.
I love you.
All right, everybody.
Y'all have a
Love
blessed
you
night.
too. You all have a blessed night. Be the change you want to see. We'll talk at you later, Eddie.
Everybody, thank you for being here. Have a good night. And with that being said, all things serious is out, my friends.
Let's talk about the mind for a minute. The kind of battles fought, you don't just win it. It's a war zone inside, no camouflage. Every thought's a grenade, sitting ready to barrage. Growing up, they said man up, but never speak up. So I bottled it all, like a shaking soda cup. Pressure building inside, I could feel it crack. But the world outside only sees the mask, not the fact. Depression knocking at the door, anxiety's my guest. They invited themselves in, now I'm under duress. But mental health ain't a weakness, it's the strength to own every scar, every fear, every struggle we've honed.